Happy Women's History Month. Also, welcome to another KCS Youth Radio. My name is Joyce Biju. As we all know, this month is to remember all the women who have done powerful things. We celebrate Women's History Month to remind ourselves and to celebrate all the accomplishments of women throughout the years to our culture and society. From science to politics, it's a chance to reflect on the trailblazing woman who leads for change. Part of our series in honor of Women's History Month, I would like to introduce you to a very special young lady, Vaishnavi Nair, who has found her name along with other artists in the Asia Book of Records for doing 50 Jathis. Welcome to the KCS Youth Radio, Vaishnavi.
Thank you, Joyce. I'm so happy to be here.
So, are you ready for spring?
Yes, I love spring. It's one of my favorite seasons. You know, I'm a spring baby, so I'm so ready.
I'm a fall baby, but love the spring, love the summer, love all of them except for winter. Do you usually go watch the cherry blossoms?
It's been a while, but I used to, and I loved it. You know, such a pretty color. But unfortunately, due to COVID, we might have to skip it this year.
Yeah, I love the cherry blossoms too. So tell us about the 50 Jathis challenge.
All right, so the 50 Jathi challenge was conceived by Sri Ramachandran Muralidharan sir, who is an outstanding dance teacher in Chennai. And Muralidharan sir has composed and choreographed 50 Jathis over the course of 3 months, and over 130 participants, including myself and a few of us from my dance school, prepared to do a virtual performance on Zoom with Sir's daughter, Miss Kavya Muralidharan, and a few of his students to go into the Asia Book of Records for the maximum participants performing Bharatanatyam Jathis virtually. I'm so incredibly lucky to have had such a unique opportunity, especially during quarantine, and met with such talented dancers from all over the world. And I could not have done it without the support from both my gurus from home, Srimati Janaki Shivaraman and Miss Anita Shivaraman, as well as the hours Muralidharan sir and several mentors participating in the challenge spent perfecting the Jathis.
Wow. So how did everyone come together from around the world to do the Jathis? How long did you and everyone else practice for?
Yeah, so it was definitely a very interesting experience. You know, people from Germany, people from South Africa, even. You know, the timings, it was all based on like Indian Standard Time. So we would come at 8 in the morning here or 8 in the night here. But in other parts of the world, it was like 5 a.m. You know, it was, yeah, the dedication is truly inspiring. So yeah, we spent from November, like 4 hours every weekend practicing the Jathis, learning the Jathis, and then once we learned all 50, we began practicing them and perfecting them so that we're all synchronized and we're putting in our best effort and making sure we have the stamina as well, as it's a continuous program for about 1.5 hours. So yeah, we met on Zoom every weekend, and you know, we like formed a bond. It's like a family now. So yeah.
Wow. That determination is literally off the charts. So, what do you cherish or remember from the process and the performance?
I would have to say, you know, the effort that everyone was putting in was like a tremendous amount of effort, and it's so inspiring, especially see like older students, you know, how they've become, and you know, I want to become like them one day, become a performer or like, you know, a teacher hopefully one day. I would love to. So, you know, it was very inspiring to see how other people around the world have learned Bharatanatyam and the culture, and you know, I learned a lot from this too, you know, with different styles of Bharatanatyam, you know, like posture and like certain things with poses, where you look, how you hold your body. You know, it was fun to learn all of that.
Well, I see that you learned a lot from this class. So I heard that you'll be performing for a place in the Guinness Europe Book of Records. Would you be traveling to Europe for that, or are you going to be dancing with others from Europe virtually?
Unfortunately, we will not be traveling to Europe, although that would be pretty awesome. We'll be doing it on Zoom once again. So It'll be with all the participants once again, except this time we'll be learning an additional 10 Jathis for a total of 60 Jathis. And yeah, that'll be the record this time.
Wow, like 60 Jathis in a row is a lot.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice, a lot of stamina. So that's what the process has been.
So at what age did you start dancing?
All right, so I started dance pretty early. I know I was dancing for fun, around the age of 4 or 5. And then I started Bharatanatyam with my guru, Srimati Janaki Shivaraman, actually on the first day of kindergarten, so it's like it's been like going to school almost. But yeah, with dance. So it's been almost 12 years now. Yeah.
Wow. So do you remember your first performance or your first competition? And can you tell us about that experience?
Yeah, actually my first performance was probably around first grade. So I think I performed in a temple. And, I remember at that age, I didn't know how important dance would be to me. I enjoyed it, I had friends and I liked what I was doing. But yeah, looking back at it, I don't know, it's nostalgia, just thinking about how I never knew dance would become so much of myself. So yeah.
How do you think dance has affected your life as a whole?
That's a good question. A lot of people tend to think, dance is just an expressive art, but you learn a lot from it. You learn about discipline, you learn about respect, you learn about confidence, and you learn about teamwork. And yeah, what I cherish most about it though is the culture that I've learned, from learning the stories that I portray in dances. And I think it's unique, you don't usually hear about learning culture through dances sometimes. It's different than learning about it from like reading or through like art pieces. It's interesting to learn about.
So besides learning Bharatanatyam, because that is even though it's an amazing dance form, have you ever learned any other dance forms?
So I've dabbled in a few other dance forms like kuchipudi and kathak, and I like to do Bollywood for fun too. So kuchipudi and kathak, I just learned a few dances. Kuchipudi from my teacher, kathak I was just learning on my own for fun, and Bollywood, so much fun. I love cinematic dancing to cinematic songs. So yeah.
Have you ever tried out like hip hop or American dancing?
Yeah. So like hip hop, I've actually done for KCS a few times. So yeah, it's unique, it's different from Bharatanatyam. It's definitely hard for me to, master because I'm used to Bharatanatyam, so that style will always come into play. But yeah, it's fun. I actually enjoy watching ballet, I want to be flexible, so hopefully one day I'll get there.
Yeah. So I know you love Bharatanatyam, and I hear that you love Kuchipudi, Kathak, and Bollywood for fun, and so do I. So why didn't you continue learning these along with Bharatanatyam?
That's a good question. I think Bharatanatyam has always been like my forte because I've been learning Bharatanatyam for so long. Yeah, I just do workshops for sometimes for like I've done it for Kuchipudi before, so I just do it from time to time. I think Bharatanatyam is where I am. It's part of me. So yeah, I just continued Bharatanatyam.
Now into some more personal and juicy questions. So you're now a junior in high school. With SATs and college prep, do you have to cut your time for dance? What's your little trick for time management with dance, college prep, SATs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a good question. Yeah, time management is always a difficult thing. It's just as you grow older, the more things you start to juggle in your schedule, the harder it becomes. But yeah, I just have to make sure that I know what I have to do and when I have to do. And I always put it in a place where I can see it, where I remember it. So like reminders on my phone that I have this at this time. And, dance is a constant thing. So I have it twice every week at the same time. And sometimes I join extra classes to help my teacher or just to learn something more. So yeah, just always make sure you know what you have to do and when you have to do it. So put it somewhere you'll always see it, just so that it's in your head and you'll always remember and you don't skip out. But yeah, it's hard juggling everything. SAT prep I had every weekend. Dance I have during the weekday. So I always try not to commit to too many things, that just know what you can handle always, so that you know when to time everything.
Besides dance, college prep, and SATs, do you have any other things that you juggle?
Sometimes I tutor some students from the local middle school. So yeah, I like to tutor in math.
Oh, okay. Is math your favorite subject?
Yes, definitely. Math has always been my favorite subject. It's always a challenge to me, so I love it.
I love a good challenge too. Do you play any sports?
I played softball for my high school once, and yeah, I did that freshman year.
Oh,
I enjoyed it.
I have heard that your mom is an amazing Bharatanatyam dancer. Has that influenced you in any way?
I like to think that it definitely has, Amma's always been there to push me to keep going, to do my best. Competitions, she's always my support. And, sometimes we have little quarrels over dance, but she's always been there to keep me going. And I appreciate that, because I don't know what I would do without dance now, so.
Quarrels, you have them and everything. You have some fights in your life, but they're always for the best. You always have someone with you. So, can you tell us who are in your family?
So, I have my dad and my mom, and I have a brother who's 7, and I also have a dog.
Okay. My brother is also 7. So, I know my brother, every sibling gets into some quarrels. How does your brother support you in dance?
He always comes to my performances, and sometimes I see him in the crowd. He'll be clapping. He'll be like, "Akka, you did so good," even though it's the little things.
Things that matter.
Yeah.
So, talking about people who have inspired you, like your mom, is there anyone else or someone who inspired you the most in the dance world?
Yes, I have a lot of inspirations, but I could say from day one, my role model has been my dance teacher's daughter, who has also been one of my gurus, Dr. Anita Shivaraman. I just always admired how she's a doctor, so she's been juggling, throughout her life, med school and now her residency and everything. She's always been juggling her work and time for us to come help us and teach us. And she's always been a lively person and an amazing dancer. Oh my gosh. I'm in awe when I watch her dance. So she's always been an inspiration for me to, be like that one day, be a hard worker, be a light for everyone, Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you planning to major in college? Is it math?
Yes, I hope to major in math, maybe physics. I enjoy anything that gives me a challenge. Dance is always a challenge because there's always something new. Math is always a challenge because it's difficult concepts, but I've always loved math, and I think I do pretty well in it. And I'm enjoying physics too, so hopefully.
Would dance be part of your life as an adult or once you're in college?
Yes, definitely. I want to continue dance. There's so many benefits from continuing dance, and I love it. I have a passion for it. So hopefully maybe I can perform in the future, or I can start teaching, That'd be awesome.
Now for a rapid fire segment. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. You'll have to answer them within 10 seconds.
Yes.
You ready?
Yep.
What is your dream spot?
Ooh, somewhere in Italy. I love Italy and the architecture.
Oh, me, Paris or Hawaii. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd say hyper, outgoing, sometimes lazy.
So what is one of the things that you would put on your bucket list, or what you have in your bucket list?
Bucket list, that's a very good question. I would like to travel to all 7 wonders of the world. It's always something I've heard about and never seen. It'd be like a dream come true to see all of them. That's on my bucket list for sure.
Wow. Have you seen the Taj Mahal? Beautiful scenery.
Not yet. I have yet to see the Taj Mahal. I know.
I didn't see it. I just saw from pictures.
Yeah. I've always seen pictures. I need to see it in person.
Yeah, my parents promised me last year, but we couldn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, ready? What is your dream job?
Dream job. Okay, I would love to work in a lab of some sort, or like as a physicist, or maybe even a math professor.
Last question. Are you a morning or a night person?
That is a good question. I like to think I'm a night person because I tend to be more awake in the night than the morning.
Yeah. So when's the latest that you ever stayed up?
That's a good question. As a high schooler and a major procrastinator, I've stayed up the entire night before doing work. Yeah, so definitely something to look forward to in high school,
Yeah. Not recommended though.
No.
Before we wrap up, what advice can you give to young girls or women looking up to you?
The advice I would give is to always put yourself out there, Do what you love, do what you have like a passion for, and always put your best effort into things, because one day it'll pay off, it'll be a good thing for your future.
Yeah. That just, wow. It's true. I know you're an amazing dancer, okay? I've seen it up close. You sometimes join my dance classes, and as you viewers don't know, we actually have the same dance teacher. So she would come in sometimes to teach our class to help out Johnny Canty, and she is an amazing teacher. She keeps us on our toes. Those math students better watch out because she's gonna give you a challenge.
That's kind. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much for doing this interview with us today.
Of course. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for interviewing me.
Yeah. So as a middle schooler, I am inspired by you. I'm awed by you about your entry in the Guinness books. Like, that is an amazing thing by just doing like 50 Jathis in a row. And let me tell you, viewers, that these Jathis are like, they can be long or short, but keeping up that stamina, you might have some breaks, but in the Jathis, you don't have much breaks, and it's continuous dancing for an hour. That is, more than an hour. That is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very interesting, that stamina is key. Yeah, that's what all the practice goes for.
Yeah. Okay. On behalf of all our listeners and viewers, I wish you the very best and good luck for your upcoming performance.
Thank you so much.
International Women's Day theme for this year is #ChooseToChallenge. I choose to challenge those to try out dance. If you guys want to try out something new, dance is always out there. It's a form for you to express yourself in any way possible, shape, or form. So I I also choose to challenge those boys who always think, oh, Bharatanatyam is for girls. No, it is not. I met many boys in the KCS community as well, and they did dance, and they are amazing dancers, like gurus. Some of them are boys, and dancing, girls and boys, dance is inclusive. Everyone can be part of it. You dance every day. Like, you get a certificate, you graduate from high school, you're jumping up and down, dancing. Let us know what you choose to challenge. Send a video or audio or write to us at youth@kcsmw.org. Thank you for tuning in. This is Joyce signing off.